You are not the driver of your own life. You are the passenger. You think you are making choices. You think you decide who to love, what to fear, and when to get angry. You are wrong. There is a stranger living in your house. A silent partner who controls your behavior, sabotages your success, and dictates your fate, and you don't even know his name. Carl Jung called this the shadow, and he left us a warning that most of the modern world has ignored to its own peril. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. You are watching this because you feel it. You feel the friction. You have goals, but you self-sabotage. You crave power, but you act weak. You want freedom, but you stay in the cage. You are tired of being a nice person who gets walked on. You are tired of the loop. I am going to hand you the keys to the engine room of your psyche. We are going to dissect the forbidden philosophy of Carl Jung, not the academic version, but the weaponized version. The version that teaches you how to stop being a puppet and start being the master. But be warned, this is not positive thinking. This is surgery. To heal the patient, we have to cut him open. We are going to look at the parts of yourself you have spent a lifetime hiding. By the end of this video, you will understand why being good is a fatal mistake, and why becoming whole, including the dark, dangerous parts of you, is the only way to become truly untouchable. Let's begin. Phase 1. The curse of the good man. Look at the modern man. He is harmless. He is polite. He smiles when he is insulted. He apologizes when he has done nothing wrong. He suppresses his anger because he has been taught that anger is toxic. He suppresses his desire because he has been taught that desire is predatory. He is civilized, and he is miserable. Jung argued that this forced morality is not virtue, it is cowardice. A man who is incapable of violence is not peaceful, he is defenseless. A man who is incapable of darkness is not good, he is naive. You have been conditioned to believe that your shadow, the part of you that is aggressive, selfish, lustful, and dominant, is an enemy that must be destroyed. You lock it in the basement, you starve it, you pretend it doesn't exist. But the shadow does not die. It gets hungry. When you repress your darkness, it doesn't disappear. It disconnects from your ego and operates independently. It becomes the possessed state. Have you ever snapped? Have you ever said something so cruel you didn't know where it came from? Have you ever felt a sudden, overwhelming wave of depression or anxiety that paralyzed you? That is the shadow breaking out of the basement. Because you refused to invite it to the table, it flipped the table over. Jung realized that the most dangerous people in the world are not the ones who embrace their darkness. The most dangerous people are the nice ones, the ones who deny they have a dark side. Because they have no relationship with their own capacity for evil, they have no control over it. They project it onto others. They become passive-aggressive. They become resentful. They destroy everything around them while smiling and claiming they mean well. You must stop trying to be a good man. Goodness is a social construct designed to make you compliant. Instead, you must aim to be a whole man. A whole man has integrated his shadow. He knows he is capable of violence, which is why he can choose peace. He knows he is capable of selfishness, which is why his generosity matters. You need to go down into the basement and unchain the monster. You need to look him in the eye. You need to realize that he is not a monster. He is your power. He is your drive. He is the part of you that refuses to lose. Without your shadow, you are a toothless wolf. With it, you are a king who keeps a dragon on a leash. Phase 2. The persona, the suicide of the soul. We all wear masks. Jung called this the persona. It is the face you present to the world to be accepted, to be hired, to be loved. The persona is necessary. You cannot walk around with your soul exposed to everyone. You would bleed to death. You need a shield. The problem arises when you forget you are wearing a mask. The problem arises when the mask sticks to your face. Most of you have become your job title. You have become your role as the funny friend, the reliable employee, the supportive partner. You have curated a personality that gets you validation. You have polished this mask for years. But there is a terrifying cost to over-identifying with the persona. When you become the mask, you exile the soul. You start to feel a deep, hollow loneliness. Even when you are with people who say they love you, you feel alone. Why? Because they don't love you. They love the performance. They love the character you are playing. They love the mask. And deep down, you know that if you took the mask off, if you showed them your true thoughts, your true fatigue, your true judgment, they would leave. So you keep acting, and the acting drains you. It makes you resent the very people you are performing for. Jung warned, the persona is that which in reality one is not, but which oneself, as well as others, think one is. It is a simulation, a collective hallucination. To become an outlier, you must create a separation. You must treat your persona like a suit of armor. You put it on when you leave the house to do battle in the world. You use it to negotiate, to navigate social hierarchies, to protect your privacy. But when you come home, when you are alone, or when you are with the few people who actually matter, you must take it off. You must be willing to be disliked. This is the litmus test of freedom. If you are unable to be disliked, you are a slave to your persona. You are a slave to the opinion of the herd. The integrated man uses his persona. He is not used by it. He can charm a room when necessary, but he does not need the room's applause to know he exists. Ask yourself, if I stopped performing today, who would stay? The answer might scare you. It might be no one. Good. Let them go. The ones who leave were never with you. They were with the mask. Let the mask die so the man can breathe. Phase 3. The mirror of projection. This is the hardest pill to swallow. This is where most people turn off the video because the ego cannot handle the reflection. Everything that irritates you about others is a reflection of something you refuse to acknowledge in yourself. Jung called this projection. When you carry a trait inside you that you have judged as bad or shameful, you repress it. But the psyche cannot hold it forever. So it projects it onto a screen. That screen is other people. Do you hate arrogant people? Do you feel a visceral, burning rage when someone is boasting? Why? If you were truly neutral, you would just see them as annoying or foolish. You wouldn't be emotionally hijacked. You hate them because you have a repressed arrogance inside you that you are starving. You want to be the one on the pedestal. You want to be the one commanding attention, but your nice guy persona forbids it. So when you see someone else doing it, your shadow screams in envy and rage. Do you hate lazy people? It's because you are fighting a war against your own desire to rest. Do you hate manipulative people? It's because you are a repressed manipulator who is jealous of their skill. This is the dark map. Your enemies are your greatest teachers. They are showing you exactly what is hiding in your own shadow. Instead of judging the people who trigger you, study them. Ask yourself, what part of me is resonating with this? What am I forbidding myself from feeling? When you reclaim these projections, you stop being a victim of your emotional reactions. You become cold. You become clear. When you see an arrogant man, you don't get angry. You recognize the drive for power. You nod. You understand the game. You are not triggered because you have already accepted the arrogant king inside yourself. This makes you immune to manipulation. The easiest way to control a man is to trigger his self-righteousness, to make him feel morally superior. When you integrate your shadow, you lose the need for moral superiority. You accept that humans are flawed, dark, and complex. And because you accept it in yourself, you accept it in them. You stop judging. You start observing. And the observer always wins. Phase 4. The gold in the darkness. We have spoken about the shadow as a place of repressed aggression and taboo. But Jung discovered something else in the dark. The shadow is 90% pure gold. When you were a child, you were likely shamed for things that were actually your strengths. Maybe you were loud and you were told to be quiet, so you repressed your voice. Now you are an adult who is afraid to speak up in meetings, afraid to set boundaries. Your loudness is in the shadow. Maybe you were curious and rebellious and you were told to sit still and obey. So you repressed your creativity. Now you are an adult who follows rules that make you poor and miserable. Your rebellion is in the shadow. Maybe you were emotional and sensitive and you were told, boys don't cry, so you repressed your intuition. Now you are a man who is numb, unable to connect with women, unable to feel art or music. Your passion is in the shadow. Shadow work is not just about managing evil. It is about recovering your genius. The energy you spend holding the door shut on your shadow is the energy you could be using to build an empire. Jung said that the shadow contains the instinctive forces of man. It is the battery. When you stop fighting yourself, you get that energy back. Imagine what you could do if you weren't constantly policing your own thoughts. Imagine the charisma you would have if you weren't filtering every word through a polite filter. People are drawn to the shadow. We love anti-heroes. We love Tony Soprano, Walter White, the Joker. Why? Because they are free. They act on their impulses. They say what we are too terrified to say. They are uninhibited. You can have that magnetism without being a criminal. You can have that edge without destroying your life. It comes from the integration. Start saying what you actually think. Start doing what you actually want. Stop asking for permission. The moment you stop apologizing for your existence, the world starts respecting your presence. Phase 5. The anima. The woman within. Jung observed a specific structural weakness in men, a flaw in the armor that, if left unchecked, destroys even the strongest kings. He called it the anima. This is the feminine aspect of the male psyche. Before you react, this has nothing to do with sexuality. It has to do with psychology. Every man has a feminine counterpart in his unconscious. It governs his emotions, his moods, his capacity for love, and his relationship to the irrational. If you ignore the anima, if you pretend you are a creature of pure logic and stone, she will possess you. You have seen this man. He is a hard, logical businessman all day. But when he comes home, or when he falls in love, he becomes a child. He becomes moody. He becomes hypersensitive. He throws tantrums. He gets obsessed with a woman who treats him poorly. He is anima possessed because he has repressed his emotional world. His emotional world controls him. He projects his anima onto real women. He looks for a goddess, a savior, a mother. And when the real woman inevitably fails to be a goddess, he turns on her. This is the source of simp psychology. It is the source of toxic obsession. The anima-possessed man is weak because his mood dictates his reality. If he feels bad, the world is bad. He has no emotional discipline because he has no relationship with his inner feminine. To be an outlier, you must objectify your moods. When a sudden dark mood strikes you, or a sudden infatuation takes hold, you must not say, I am sad, or I am in love. You must say, my anima is active, separate from it. Watch it, talk to it. Jung actually conversed with his anima. He treated her as a separate entity. He asked her what she wanted. He negotiated. This sounds insane to the uninitiated. It is the highest form of sanity. By engaging with your emotions consciously, you prevent them from hijacking your behavior. You take the wheel back. A man who has integrated his anima is dangerous in the best way. He is cold and logical when he needs to be, but he can read the emotional temperature of a room instantly. He can understand women not as mysterious aliens, but as reflections of a part of himself. He cannot be seduced by beauty alone because he already possesses beauty within himself. He is whole. And because he is whole, he does not need a woman to complete him. He wants a woman to accompany him. That distinction is the difference between a needy boy and a sovereign man. Phase 6. Synchronicity, the architect's matrix. We are now going to step off the edge of the map. We are leaving the realm of psychology and entering the realm of reality manipulation. Jung discovered something that terrified the scientific community. He noticed that when a patient made a massive internal shift, when they integrated a shadow or broke a pattern, the external world would shift to match it. A patient would describe a dream about a golden scarab beetle, And at that exact moment, a rare golden scarab beetle would tap against the window of Jung's office. He called this synchronicity, and a causal connecting principle. It is the idea that the internal mind and the external world are not two separate things. They are mirrors. When you are fragmented, your life is chaotic. You attract chaotic people. You have bad luck. You constantly run into obstacles. You think the world is attacking you. It is not. The world is reflecting you. But when you integrate, when you do the shadow work, when you become whole, the mirror changes. You start to experience outlier luck. Opportunities fall into your lap. The right person calls you at the exact right second. You walk into a room and the energy shifts in your favor. It feels like magic. It is not magic. It is resonance. The architect knows this secret. You do not force the world to bend to your will. You align your will, and the world bends itself. This is why the hustle culture is flawed. Grinding 18 hours a day with a fractured psyche is like trying to drive a car with the handbrake on. You are burning rubber, making noise, and going nowhere. Fix the engine first. When you clear the subconscious blocks, when you stop fighting your own shadow, you become aerodynamic. You move through reality with less friction. This is the ultimate payoff of this dark work. It's not just about feeling better. It's about effective action. It's about becoming a force of nature. Pay attention to the coincidences. They are not random. They are markers. They are the universe telling you that you are on the path. Or they are warnings telling you that you are drifting. Start treating your reality as a feedback loop. If you are surrounded by liars, look for the lie in yourself. If you are surrounded by abundance, acknowledge the wealth in yourself. You are the projector. The world is just the movie screen. If you don't like the movie, don't scream at the screen. Change the film. Phase 7. The individuation process. The hero's journey is real. Jung didn't believe we were born finished. He believed we were born as raw material. The purpose of life is not happiness. The purpose of life is individuation. Individuation is the process of becoming the single, unique, undivided individual you were meant to be. It is a painful, terrifying, lonely ascent. It requires you to leave the herd. Most people never individuate. They remain in the collective unconscious. They download their opinions from the news. They download their morality from their parents. They download their desires from advertisements. They live and die as copies. To individuate is to commit treason against the average. It means accepting that you will be misunderstood. It means accepting that you will outgrow friends. It means walking into the dark forest where there are no paths, because if there is a path, it belongs to someone else. Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But privilege has a price. The price is comfort. You have to let the old you die. We are terrified of death, but psychological death is necessary for growth. The boy must die for the man to be born. The nice guy must die for the warrior to be born. The employee must die for the entrepreneur to be born. You are holding on to dead things. You are dragging the corpse of your past self behind you because you are afraid of the void. Drop the corpse. Enter the void. In that space of uncertainty, where you don't know who you are anymore, that is where the alchemy happens. That is where the new self is forged. This is the hero's journey. It is not a story in a book. It is your life. And right now, you are standing at the threshold. The call to adventure is ringing. Will you answer it, or will you go back to sleep? Phase 8. The danger of uncalled knowledge. I must give you a warning. Jung wrote, "Beware of unearned wisdom. Information without integration is dangerous." Watching this video makes you feel powerful. It gives you a dopamine hit. You feel like you know the secrets. But knowing the path is not walking the path. If you take these concepts, shadow, anima, projection, and you use them just to analyze others, just to sound smart at dinner parties, just to diagnose your ex, you are abusing the knowledge. You are using it to inflate your ego, not to build your soul. This is the trap of the intellectual magician. The man who reads everything but changes nothing. He knows the map of the mountain perfectly, but he has never climbed a single step. He is still at the bottom, shivering in the cold, clutching his map, telling everyone how great the view is from the top. Don't be that man. Shadow work is not a concept. It is a practice. It is the sweaty, uncomfortable, terrifying practice of catching yourself in a lie, of apologizing when your ego wants to defend, of sitting in silence when you want to distract yourself, of feeling the pain you have been running from for 20 years. It is not glamorous. It does not look cool on Instagram. It is work. That is why it is called shadow work. But the reward is reality. The reward is waking up and realizing that the voice in your head is finally your own. That the fear is gone, replaced by a quiet, vibrating capability. That you are no longer a leaf blowing in the wind, but the wind itself. So, how do you begin? You don't need a therapist. You don't need a guru. You need a notebook and a spine. Here is the protocol. 1. The shadow journal. Every time you feel an irrational emotional reaction, anger, envy, hatred, obsession, write it down. Do not justify it. Do not explain why the other person is wrong. Ask, what does this say about me? I hate him because he is weak. I hate the weakness in myself. I am jealous of his money. I am ashamed of my lack of ambition. Find the gold. In the weakness is the desire for strength. In the shame is the map to your potential. 2. The persona audit. List the roles you play. The good son, the cool guy, the victim. Which one feels heavy? Which one feels like a lie? Pick one mask and smash it. Stop laughing at jokes that aren't funny. Stop saying yes when you mean no. Stop pretending to like people you despise. Watch who leaves. Watch who stays. The ones who stay are your tribe. 3. The anima dialogue. When you are moody, depressed, or irrationally obsessed, stop. Close your eyes. Visualize the mood as a figure. Ask it what it wants. Why are you sending me this depression? Because you are ignoring your creative work. Okay, I will write for 1 hour. Will you lift the fog? Negotiate. Respect the inner world as a reality. 4. The active imagination. Sit in silence. Invite the shadow. Visualize the version of you that you are afraid of. The violent one, the greedy one, the savage one. Don't kill him. Shake his hand. Ask him, what power do you have that I need? He has the aggression you need to close the deal. He has the selfishness you need to prioritize your health. He has the dominance you need to lead your family. Integrate him. Put him on your team. Jung said, the gods have become diseases. Zeus no longer rules Olympus, but rather the solar plexus, and produces curious specimens for the doctor's consulting room. He meant that the ancient forces, war, love, power, chaos, did not disappear when we became civilized. They just went inside. When you deny the god of war, you get anxiety. When you deny the god of love, you get obsession. When you deny the god of chaos, you get addiction. You are not suffering from a mental illness. You are suffering from a spiritual civil war. You are a house divided against itself. The cure is not a pill. The cure is a treaty. You must call a truce with your demons. You must realize they are not demons. They are just angels you have exiled. This is the path of the outlier. While the rest of the world is running from their darkness, buying things to numb the pain, scrolling to avoid the silence, you will turn around. You will face the cave. You will walk into the dark. And you will find that the thing you were most afraid of is the only thing that can save you. This is not about becoming happy. Happiness is cheap. Happiness comes and goes. This is about becoming real. Real things last. Real things have gravity. Real things cannot be broken. If you watch one video this year, let it be the catalyst for this. Do not let this be just another piece of content you consumed. Let it be the funeral for the person you used to be. The shadow is waiting. The clock is ticking. And the stranger in your house. He wants to talk. Open the door. The moment you close this video, the resistance will start. Your persona will try to reassert control. It will tell you this is too hard, too weird, too dark. It will try to pull you back into the comfortable sleep. But you have seen the glitch in the matrix now. You cannot unsee it. You know that the nice guy is a lie. You know that the safety is a cage. You have two choices. You can go back to sleep and pretend you didn't hear the knock, or you can wake up. Most people will choose sleep. They will choose the blue pill. They will choose the slow, comfortable death of the soul. But you, I think you are tired of sleeping. If this opened your eyes, understand this is only what I can show publicly. There are videos I cannot upload for everyone. There are aspects of dark psychology that I simply cannot discuss publicly on YouTube without being censored or demonetized. The algorithm suppresses the most powerful information. Those exist behind the join button. If you're still here, you're not like the others. Subscribe if you haven't. But if you want what's hidden, click the join button and step into the architect level. You will unlock exclusive, uncensored videos that dive into the deepest parts of the human psyche. Most won't. That's the point.